Hi, happy Earth Day to you. Welcome to my greenhouse. Usually this is a background that you don't see. So no, it's not one of those electronic backgrounds that we can manifest by choosing from a menu. This is my actual greenhouse and where I spend a lot of my days when I'm not with you or caring for the earth in some other way. So I thought this would be a good day to share it with you and to celebrate Earth Day with you as well. Last year, Earth Day, April 22nd of 2020, was the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. But we were so involved in the pandemic last year, and we still are. But our thoughts were so much in that direction that I think that Earth Day, although it was celebrated, really didn't get the credit that it deserved for bringing the awareness that it does in all the ways that it does. And just for a little bit of background, when it started 50 years ago or so now, there was so many other things happening around the planet as well. The Vietnam War, protests, difficulties in many different areas of life as well. And so to get a lot of people to pay attention to the earth was a really, really big deal. And it was with the help of a teacher who actually called it, instead of a sit-in, a teach-in, to find out more about the earth and the environment and why it matters so much and how we are all a part of that and all the different things that have gone wrong. And at that time, the big deal was air pollution, a lot of it from smog created by vehicles at the time, water pollution, and many of the problems that we're still dealing with today. It was just a different time. And so this awareness that this teacher brought by gathering students, mostly students from around the world, but around the United States together, to begin to bring awareness to all of the different things that are happening in the world and why we need to pay attention to them and why we are these things, why we are the world, the planet, why it is us. And thank goodness it's something that has taken on a life and a character of its own, and something that is now celebrated year round by some people like me around the world, by the United Nations, and so many different ways. When we look at the Earth today, and I really mean specifically today, Earth Day 2021, we're looking at it from a different perspective. We're looking at it now from the Aquarian age rather than the Piscean age. And you've heard me talk about that before and some of the different things that means and how it plays out. So in terms of the earth now, when we look at how to repair the earth, we're really looking at needing and using a variety of forms of technology to make improvement. When we looked at Earth Day 50 years ago, it was a grassroots movement. It was pay attention to the earth and that shovel that goes into the ground and what we're pulling out of the ground. And it was very much a hands-on, we can do this kind of thing. When we look at the earth now, in some ways we think, can we do this? Can we bring air quality, water quality, environmental issues, a change of resources, maybe from fossil-based fuels, carbon-based fuels, to solar and other ways. And in order to do that, we need the tools of the Aquarian age, and that is technology. Aquarius is an air sign, and so we're going to be looking at ways, for better and for worse, to affect the weather, control the weather, to control wildfires, which have become such a problem as well, tornadoes, hurricanes, the increase of so much of these earth changes. We can't do it in grassroots ways by simply telling people to pay attention to it or to do a little more of this or a little less of that. The population upon the earth now is too large. The problems are too large to take care of things in those small ways. So we need the tools of the Aquarian age, and this is technology. So when we move into this Aquarian way of looking at things more, we are going to be moving towards examining different ways of having enough protein in our bodies, which until now has been plant-based for some of us, but also animal-based, meat-based, fish-based, chicken. And because of the problems that we're having in many ways, that's going to have to change as well. So we're going to be looking at other ways of increasing the protein that we need without maybe devastating the lands and some of the other problems that are happening with the animals. So that might mean more interest in things like cricket protein, and maybe you've heard about that or tried it already. It's in some products already. If you read your ingredient labels, you'll find out much more than you might want to know. But it's not bad. It's powdered. You don't really taste the difference between whey protein and cricket protein. I'll just tell you that much in case you'd like to investigate that. But that's just some of the examples that I mean. We need to look at different ways in which we grow things, transport things, and maybe allow some of the choices that we made in the last age, in the last few decades, to stay in those decades and to call it history for now. So we are going to be called upon in many ways to make adjustments and to make changes. And a lot of these may be positive. They're things that we can look forward to as well. Some of them will come about as choice, as I've said. Some of the things will come about in ways that are more challenging to us. We will have to do something about something if it's become so much of a problem that the world is now paying attention. And I'll be talking more about this as we move along and in other videos and conversations that I hope that we will be having as well. So again, ways to control microclimates, beginning in things, the weather is what we'll see mostly, and then we'll branch into other areas as well. So there's so much going on in the space programs now, but I want to really keep it Earth-centered for our conversation today. But mostly, I want to share with you that difference, that going forward, Earth Day, celebrating the Earth, understanding the changes that the Earth is undergoing, and that as a result, we will also undergo along with the Earth. We are the Earth's children, Gaia's companions. We are residents of the Earth, co-creators of the Earth, stewards of the Earth. And in all of these ways and roles in which we see ourselves, there will be new understandings for us to have and to share with each other, keeping in mind that the Earth is a sentient being, our mother Gaia, and celebrating that and renewing our promise to the Earth, to care for the Earth, to understand the Earth, to see it as more than a rock hurtling its way around the sun for as long as it does. So for today, I just would like to say Happy Earth Day. Let's celebrate together. Let's celebrate that we are one family with a deep understanding and yearning to heal ourselves, to heal the Earth, to move into a different time than what we've known for the last few years, and to get to know each other better and differently, to acknowledge that we're becoming different beings in a world that's becoming different, in an entire structure that wants to remake itself. And as much as possible, to go along with the parts of it that make sense, because some parts of it are going to mean letting go of things that we've done in the past, believed in the past, carried with us until this moment, things that we were taught by previous generations, and maybe even things that we have taught others to believe based on what we were taught to believe. So in this new age comes new understandings, discoveries, and ways of moving forward together. So happy Earth Day, and you'll be hearing more from me again soon. Thanks so much for sharing this time with me. I've missed you. I've been a little quiet, and it's springtime. and it's time for us to come together again. See you again soon.